Hey, y'all. I'm just getting a little runoff of this song, Dizzy, which leads me to a story about Dizzy. So, back in 1982, really going back now, a little less than 40 years ago, we did like a bunch of Japanese dates, in Japan, of course, starting in Tokyo, I believe. But actually, we were invited to do a festival it was like a Newport Jazz thing. This is another George Wein production. George Wein gave us a lot of gigs back in those days. And yeah, and involved a lot of different players, a lot of different artists at the time. And it was up in the mountains near Mount Fuji, and it was called the Newport Jazz Festival in Madurao, which is a place out there, I don't know, just in the area of Mount Fuji. It was what we used to call the musicians' concentration camp, because it basically closed down at 11 o'clock, and there was nowhere to go. Everything was closed, and we were all kind of stuck because everybody was like, okay, we're in party mode now, so what do we do? So we just ended up hanging out in everybody else's rooms, and they might have had some alcohol or just hung out and talked about what's going on. So it was a tough time, but at the same time, it was a great time because we all, got to play our music and got to hang out with each other. But my story begins on the trip up to the mountains. We were in a bus, and it was us and Dizzy Gillespie and, who else? Oh, yeah, that's right. Freddie Hubbard, Ritenour, Gil Evans, Tanya Maria. It was a wonderful time. But I remember we were on our way to this festival in this bus. And we had just finished mixing, and I don't even know if it was out yet. Maybe it was out, but the Carnaval, Spyro Gyra Carnaval album was just completed, and I had a little cassette player. It was called a Sony Walkman, and they were great at the time. It was really good quality audio, and it played cassettes. For those youngsters out there who don't know what that is, it was just a little tiny tape cartridge that we'd put in this little Sony Walkman about this size. Put on a little headphones, and we could be rocking. So we used to get cassette runoffs of our the songs that we just produced. Either they were the basic tracks or they were the mixes, of the songs. So I had a mix of this song Dizzy that I wrote with our drummer Eli Konicoff. It was a really funky tune, and we had Will Lee on bass, and Randy Brecker was on trumpet, of course Eli and myself. And Hiram Bullock was on guitar. So needless to say, it was a really cool cut, and here I am riding up, to the mountains to do this festival. I see Dizzy hanging out in the bus, and I went up to him and said, "Hey, Dizzy, by the way, we have a song that's coming out on this record. It's called Dizzy, and it really is kind of a tribute to you. So I was hoping you could give it a listen." And he's like, "Yeah, hell yeah, I'd love to hear it." He was a very jovial guy. I mean, really a wonderful guy to be around, always fun-loving, always very welcoming and embracing, always remembered your name. I was amazed by that. So he put on the headphones and I played the track for him. And I wish I had a video of him. He started dancing to it. He says, yeah, this is funky. So we're all laughing while he's listening to the song. When it was done, he took the phones off. He says, man, that was great. Who's on trumpet? And I said, well, that was Randy Brecker on trumpet. And he says, he was great, but why didn't you guys call me? It's like, and I just my heart fell because at the time, we had a crew, we had people that we always called. I didn't know how to get a hold of Dizzy at the time, but what a great thing that could have happened if we had called him. But that's an opportunity that I guess we missed, but the whole thing went by, in other words, I feel like, we got the thumbs up from the guy that we wrote the song for. So that was a great moment. And, we went on to play, these festivals in Japan. And it was a lot of great fun, hanging out with those guys. So that's my Dizzy story about playing Dizzy for Dizzy.